Okay. Hello and welcome to Extra Connections here on JLJ Media. I'm James Lott Jr., your host, and JLJ Media himself. We like to connect you with people, places, things, and ideas. And so this person is a person who is someone who's in two projects right now. One called Spoken, a Amazon Prime horror thriller, and one called Butterflies. And as we were talking about those, of course, when we get to know him too and how he's come to this, he's also has played soccer, he does jujitsu, and he does voiceover stuff. So we're going to talk to him and see what's going on with him. All the way from India to Los Angeles, Ebin Antony. Hello, Ebin. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you, James?
So let me ask you a question. Okay, because I'm always curious about this. So because you're from India, and so how do you guys view American cinema? Because like for us, we view Bollywood as like, oh, it's just fun, it's dancing music, there's always a song and a dance, and and we don't know. And I know personally, like I was telling you before, I've worked in the industry a little bit over there, and I know how big the industry is. It's huge. I mean, it's
Yeah.
huge. It's huge. But now I want to know on your end, how did you view Hollywood growing up?
To be honest, Hollywood always made great movies, and those are the films. From an audience perspective, we always looked up to, and even now there are like classics like Godfather, Goodfellas. So Hollywood movies, they have their own standard, I would say.
No, but for you guys, like, was it ever a thought in a million years you'd be in a Hollywood film or a Hollywood TV show? Like, I'm just wondering because India's so far away. It's like, and I was curious, would you ever think that was possible?
Never in my dreams. It's happened so fast. I always, from my childhood, I was always interested in arts and sports, and I wanted to get into acting for sure, but I never got an opportunity to actually pursue acting until I got to the US. So that's how it all started.
Well, you're very athletic. You're an athletic guy. So I mean, so you didn't grow up wanting to be a professional soccer player or football player, as they'd say. You don't want to be one of those.
Well, yeah. So I actually played university soccer. I played for my university for about 4 years, and I got injured, and I was out for like 3 4 months and missed a couple of selection trials and stuff like that. And excuse me, I was about to graduate from the university as well. So I was like, well, I don't know if it's going to really work out if I proceed with or pursue my soccer career. So I took a break, had to write a couple of graduate examinations and stuff like that, and here I am. I moved to the US.
Well, I guess sports. You learn teamwork. You learn a lot of things out of sports
Yes.
that you can use in your discipline for acting, right? So, what is one thing that you've taken away from being in sports that you can use in your acting?
Well, it's so that's always I have followed until this very moment, right? So coming from a soccer background, you just don't practice the day before the match. You consistently train throughout the year. The same with anything you do, and I believe it's the same with acting as well. And I have been consistently training, not just before the day, not just the day before audition. You do it every day, and if an audition comes through, you just do it ready to play.
Yes. It's I mean, you have to. It's one of those things where you can take that discipline and stuff beforehand, and same with acting. You don't just show up to the set and you go, hi, I'm ready. You have to study the scripts, and you have to,
Right.
right.
And I believe playing soccer or any team sport for that matter actually gave me the discipline to actually pursue my passion in acting.
Good, good. So you like acting? Now it
I
says
do.
it says I don't really you like acting, sure. It says in your bio though, you've done over 100 voiceovers for cartoons and stuff.
That's right.
So that must I love voiceover work. I do it too. It's a lot of fun. So do you like doing that?
Yes. So during my undergraduate studies back home in India, I actually did voiceovers. That was my first professional gig, and I was fortunate to actually give voices for over 100 cartoons and movies. A lot of the Hollywood films that would be dubbed into a regional language. So I used to do that in my regional language called Malayalam.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that's how I got into, like, yeah, cinema, it's good.
Yeah, it is. You have a face for it too, so of course it's gonna be in there. So so now are you living here in Los Angeles now?
No, I am actually based out of New Orleans at the moment.
Okay.
So when I'm not acting, I'm an engineer. So I work at a processing plant here down south.
Wow, my family's from there. I have to ask you, how do you avoid all the food? It's so good. I mean,
Oh,
it'd be like this big.
well, I eat a lot. It's just that I hit the gym after I have a heavy meal.
Very smart. Very smart. Yeah, I wish I did that. That's very smart. Because you also study Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu also, don't you?
That's right.
So
Yeah. So after coming to the US, I got done with my master's in engineering, and I got a job here, and I was financially stable. So, like, you know what? Let me actually pursue acting, my passion, so that I don't have any regrets in my future. Like, man, no, I should have tried it. I do not want to have that regret in my life. And that's how I ended up even in Los Angeles. I went to an acting workshop in New York Film Academy, and man, at the end of the workshop, I was like, I was convinced that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then I came back home. I found some local acting teachers, but I was always physical. So I was like, let me learn something new that would actually add to my credits as an actor. So I was like, all right, fine, let's start learning mixed martial arts, and that's how I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing. Uh, Trust me, it wasn't easy. It was
I'm
super
sure it
hard.
wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't.
And I used to train with professional fighters, and it was difficult. It was hard. A lot of sore. You know, I mean, I was sore for a lot of the days, body aches, and at one point of time there were more injuries, and it kind of kept me away from acting. And I was like, is this really necessary? I mean, I know the tip. I learned. I mean, I trained for about 3 years, and I was like, stage combat is a whole different ball game. So I was like, maybe I should focus on stage combat, but still have the same techniques. So now I don't spar that often. I train once in a while just to make sure I'm still comfortable with all the techniques and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool. That's good. Yeah, this I can't even imagine. I've watched it. I've seen it. It's great. You can do that. So I mean, okay, so then a lot of us have immigrant parents and stuff. We understand how, and parents from other cultures who want their kids to be. So you're kind of doing. So I'm sure your parents are happy you're an engineer, and you're also
Right.
living your passion at the same time. It's kind of a unique situation, isn't it?
Yes, it was kind of hard because the society where I was raised, they gave more preference to education than arts or sports, because they weren't sure if you could actually make a living out of arts or sports. And it was really hard to get into like an acting school back there, because you only had one or two acting schools back home in India. I mean, there are really good actors
Yeah.
and a lot of actors, but to pursue acting, like to have like a formal training, the options are very less.
Yeah.
And I mean, my dad is an engineer, so coming to an engineering field, I was always fascinated with what he did. So I wanted to be an engineer, to actually afford for all the stuff I need to do. And things aren't cheap here too, so it pays my bills. My engineering
Yeah.
job pays my
Yeah.
bills.
It ain't cheap here. You're absolutely right with that. It's not. It is not cheap here. But one thing I think you said that I really appreciate on people to understand this is that not having any regrets, and I think that's something you're finding a way to still do this while you work. And I think that's
Right.
something that Americans, especially, we need to learn how to do that more. It's like you can find you have time. You can find time as long as you're organized. You find time. You can actually do, because we should be able to do whatever it is we want to do. Like if we want to paint or dance or sing, like you should do it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say hard work. If you have fun with what you're doing, you don't feel like you're really working hard. Because if you look at my schedule, I start my day at 5 a.m. in the morning. By 7, I go to work till 4:30. I work, and then from 6 to 9, 9:30, I have acting classes, and then I hit the gym, and then I don't sleep until like 12 o'clock. So I mean, 5 hours of sleep is more than enough for me at the moment, and probably take an extra extra couple of hours during the weekend. But it's basically like having two full-time jobs, but to succeed in what you love, you probably have to do something. Maybe you have to make some sacrifices. You might not be able to hang out with your friends at a club or something, but
I get
I'm
it.
happy that I'm able to do it.
I get it. I get it, Evan. I get it. I'm the same way. So let's talk about the first role. It's Neil Ransom's Amazon Prime. So everybody knows Amazon. It's a horror thriller called Spoken. So you play a guy named Tyler. Talk about that role.
So Tyler is a musician, and he's in deep love with the protagonist Lena. And the story actually revolves around 5 students who come for a summer camp where they try to investigate and solve the mystery surrounding some crab attacks. So the movie picturizes how these guys fight or survive from all these crab attacks, and how they survive, how they escape, and how they solve the mystery. And I'm happy that I'm able to play a great character in the film.
Now you have to play. It says you're a musician. Do you have to do any instruments in the film at all, or no? It's just implied you are.
So as a matter of fact, I actually learn. I mean, I can dance, but I'm really bad at music. But I did hire a teacher. I did learn how to play some chords, play guitar.
Yeah.
Find out how I did.
Yeah, I have to watch and see how you did. That's very cool. Okay, that's very cool. Okay. Do you like horror films personally? Does Ebin like horror films?
That wouldn't be my first preference, but acting in a horror film wasn't scary, so I'm good with it.
That's pretty funny. Wow, that's so funny. And apparently, you did a short horror film called With the Price. So you do know horror films, I guess. Apparently, a few.
I mean, that's what's coming my way. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Like, what's it about me that says I should be in a horror film? Like, what's that mean?
Like,
so funny. I'm a nice guy. Like, what's going on?
Right, I'm a nice guy. I have a smiling face. Well, why people just give me horror films, right?
Exactly. I'm like, what's going on there? Now you're in another film. This one sounds possibly serious, called Butterflies by Kevin Van Stevenson, and it's a drama. You play Aziz, a Turkish immigrant who befriends a suicidal classmate. So tell me about that role.
Butterflies, it's directed by Kevin Stevenson. He's fabulous, and written by Ryan McCoy. I get to, they both are an amazing team, and it's based out of the novel called A Party, which is written by award-winning author Tom Levine. And it's like an anthology film where a group of people, they have their own stories, but everything comes together in one party.
Oh, okay.
So, I have my own story going on, and another person has their own story going on, and everybody, kind of coincides at the party and how the story unfolds. So it's a teen drama. I believe that you guys would definitely enjoy that movie, and it should be out soon. We have submitted for the Sundance Film Festival. So, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, on how things are going to turn out.
Yes, good. Why do you like acting?
So this is how I see it. A kid who goes to school, right? He comes back from school, and he goes out to play, and he never wants to come back home because he enjoys playing. He's having fun. He doesn't care what's happening around. He's just having fun. That's the same way when I do acting. I don't care about anything else. I have fun. I get to be who I want to be. Today I'm a grandfather. Tomorrow I'm like a small kid. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It gives me I think it gives me freedom to be who I want to be, with no serious repercussions.
That's true. Because it's for screen. You can play it and go back to engineering.
Right. I can say anything on screen, which I cannot in my real life.
Exactly. That's cool.
But it's fun, and I'm enjoying it, and I will enjoy it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be big. We're gonna see more things soon. You're gonna be dropping the engineering stuff and doing this full time. You're gonna be a big star.
Well, that's the plan. That's the plan.
No, I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm gonna manifest it. It's gonna happen for you.
Thank you.
I say I knew him when. Just don't forget me. Don't forget me as you get bigger.
Oh, I never will.
It's funny. Well, Evan, thanks for being on the show. We're looking forward to both films. The one film is out on Amazon Prime. It's called Spoken, so that's very easy to remember. Spoken, and then Butterflies will be out soon, so we'll keep our eyes out for it. Hopefully, it'll get to Sundance and all, and do that whole festival circuit and do its thing for you. But thank you for being on the show. And where can they find you if they want to follow you, and if they want to follow you on social media or anything?
You can follow me on Instagram. My ID is Ebin Antony07. It's EBINANTONY07.
Yes. And our show is the X Connection Show. It's on Facebook, and I'm at James Lott Jr. everywhere, including TikTok. Yeah, I'm on there too. And you can follow us there for more shows we have, and more X Connection shows too, and him. Everyone, please have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and like you said, go out there and try something that you want to do. Like, have no regrets. We'll see you next time.